Hello! More fourth quarter. Shiny. Last time, shiny star. Shiny star. Silver. We. Theodore still with feet in the face. Now back to what we did. But John shoved it back into the back. And covered in with mostly cream cheeses and muffing the sound. And remembering the pictures, he bundled them together into an envelope and added them to the bag before zipping it back on. You got it quicker than I did, he said and told Jessica. She nodded absently, a faraway look in her eye. Silver leaf, she repeated. Does it mean anything to you? He asked with a spark of hope. It's a town near hurricanes, he said. Maybe Charlie's family used to live there, John said. Jackson shook her head. No, it's a ghost town. Nobody lives there. Jessica! John! Mom's voice heard, and they turned to see beside him, his face pale and tense. He brushed at the others, see from the bed. Dad! Are you okay? He held inside Craig, reaching out to touch his hand, then pulling away. Is he okay? He glanced at the others. A moment holding short, examining the lot. He's okay, Martin, Mars said, putting her hand on his shoulder. And he nodded softly, not taking his eyes off Craig's still face. He'll be fine, John said, trying to sound confident. He was just away, talking. Liz said he's going to be okay. What happened? Carson said quietly, and John shook his head. I don't know, he said helplessly. I got there too late. Carson didn't answer, but pulled out a chair beside the bed and sat down. He rested his chin on his fist, hunching over. You will be okay, Mark repeated. Then glanced around the ball with puzzled expression. Where did she go? Who's with you? Jackson said alarmedly, looking to John. John was looking at the door. Charlie had just stopped outside the door. Charlie! Hey, come in. He spoke loudly, wondering with the guilt if she had heard any of the procedures that had taken place. She stepped into the room, but hung back. John glanced at his backpack, before at the foot of Craig's bed. The noise seemed to have stopped, to his relief. When he looked up, Charlie gave her a balanced half smile. I don't like hospitals very much, she said softly. Is he okay? She didn't turn her head, and John realized that she was deliberately staying where she could see Craig. He's going to be, he said. He's doing okay. She nodded, but stayed where she was. Lucky you were there, Mars exclaimed. John, you must have saved his life. Maybe, he said. I don't know. He squeezed her hand, then let go of it. She turned back to Charlie. She gave him a small, tight smile, her arms forward. The nurse came in. What's that folding her arms? She's just been all this time. Nurse came in, and Mara intercepted her, pulling her aside for an update on his condition. And Jackson took the opportunity to lean in. John, I'm going to leave. I got classes this afternoon. Pick me up at 7. Don't be late. All right, John rested Jackson leaded away past everyone and through the door. Charlie was staring to see what's outside, then looked at John again, making eye contact for only a moment before turning her head to get back to the nurse. John glanced around the room. With Jessica gone, he felt something unheard. Let's at ease among these people and he already been. Without another word, he shut out the door, ignoring the soft sound Mara calling his name. He was only a few feet down the hall when Jessica called to stop. John! Hey! Hey! Protested. Then there was someone next to her. A slight, blonde woman who looked like she'd been crying. Her eyes were red eyes though, only coloured and washed out face. Ooh. What's wrong? He asked wearily. Anna, Jessica said. Cray, she broke what is. How are you going to? She cleared the thought. Her son is missing. She broke was helping. Oh, John said ugly. I'm so sorry for that. Anna blew her nose into a crumpled tissue. Oh God, I have to do a voice for you. Oh God, what should I do? I guess I should do a motherly sort of voice. I was just at the station and I overheard. They said Chief Book was here. I just needed to know he was okay. Is he okay? One more time. I'm going to try it one more time with that same voice and just get it in my mind. I was just at the station and I overheard. They said Chief Book was here. And I just needed to know he's okay. Is he okay? Yeah, that's okay. She got it. He's gonna be okay. Oh God. Sorry, when you knock me out of one voice into another immediately, knock me out into a new voice back to our own voice, you can't expect me to get it immediately. He's gonna be fine, Jackson said. And I adopted. Not seeming to it. When I went to report that Jacob. Ooh, another missing child. That's two. What's missing? The desk sergeant had me fill out paperwork. He asked me about my ex-husband and said he'd probably taken Jacob. I told them that man would never take Jacob. He wouldn't know what to do with him. Okay. Said the old company. We don't work for the police department. I know that, she said quickly, shaking her. I'm sorry. I can't think straight. I just overheard the nurse in the way to you talking to you before. Chief Book was there when the sergeant was telling me to call my ex-husband. He took me aside and asked me questions. He said he was going to find my son, and I believed him. He's a good officer. There. John and Jackson have the same J's. Jackson said softly. He's a good person. He'll find his son. When he spends his stuff, waking up and going back to sleep. Anna pressed her hand against her mouth to stiffen a stop as she began to cry again. Is he really going to be alright? I heard. She broke out, and John put her hand to her shoulder. gonna be alright, he said firmly. Just so. He talked to us. Anna nodded, but didn't look convinced. Why you not being convinced? Jessica gave John a helpless glance. He waxed his waiting for something to say. He will find Jacob, was it? Yes, and Anna not listening to. Anna! Well, me. Mom. Oh, your daughter. I made it all over the place now. I don't know what voice I could give you. I know I'm sticking to it. She said, the singer voice easing slightly. Her mother wrapped her arms around her, and Anna held on tight, crying onto her shoulder. You will be alright, Anna mother whispered. Thank you. She mounted silently to John and Jessica. They nodded, staying glad, and headed for the hospital. As they were, Jessica went out of gas. As he had been holding him back, and hugged John fiercely. He put her arms around her, surprised. It will all be alright, he said, and she pushed away. What? She said, eyes bright with tears. Nice to tell that poor woman that Craig was trying to son, but, John, I don't know when kids go missing in this town. They don't get found. John shook his head. He wanted to argue with her, but there was something in his pit of his stomach. It doesn't have to end like that this time. He said without a gesture shaped her. Wipe her eyes like a gesture certified. It can't. Can't end like that again, John. If that little boy is mixed up with all this, we have to find a bring him home for Michael. John nodded, and before she could answer, she drove to her car and drove away, leaving her alone in the parking lot. That night, John had barely stopped in front of Jessica's building when she came running out. She opened the car door and jumped into it lightning. Go! She said, as she hit the gas. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's happened? He asked. Just drive! Hurry! Okay, fast. Pull your seatbelt. She scolded as they veered around the corner. Sorry, everything is fine, she said. I just don't like the thinking someone could be out there stalking me. Yeah, he agreed, peeing we were real. But it's darker. We should be okay. That doesn't make me feel better. So, what do you think? John said at the moment. Did you notice anything about the photos? They were not to get a restraining order at the most states, she joked. But there was really anxiety in her voice. Don't know what, just one of us, she said. Another know what just you and me, or just you and Ma. You mean it's about Charlie? Yeah, Charlie was in order, Jackson said, understanding me. Isn't everything? Johnson dry. I can't imagine William's lies about that. The words sounded bitter, though he had not meant them to. And he glanced at Jessica, trying to gauge her reaction. She was staring out of the window like she hadn't heard them. In less than an hour, they were at the ghost town. John stopped the car beside a wooden sign reading, Welcome to Silver Wheat, and got out. Jessica followed. It's an odd mix, even in the dark. In distance, they could see crumbling walls of buildings that would never be restored. And close by were the previously built for tourists, a church, a museum, and a few others John couldn't make out. John, we're going to get killed out here. We're going to get killed out anywhere, Jeff. Sorry. Jackson said, Breezy was about to lose death and ammo. What exactly do people last live here? John asked quietly. Late 1800s, I think. Silver mining town, hence the name. The town appeared more abandoned than they were expecting, possibly close to tourists of the season. But on distant hills they were scattered. John turned in a circle, wishing Theodore had been a bit more fulcrum. So what does shining star mean anyway? He muttered to himself. He looked up. The sky was clear, and the sky was lost in stars. Life John out. It's beautiful, Jackson nodded. Yeah, but not helpful, John said. Rubbing the back of his neck, he turned around again, and then he saw shining star, he said. What? Just there, discredited, and tried to follow his eyes. Few yards back the way they came, there was a wooden archway leading to fear. At the big arch was a shining silver star. The silver was white, shoving upward, and at the top of the hill, John could see the outline of a house. The scarcely visible, and had not been the guy that those memory had. It would have stood out from anything else. In the car is right. Aha! So it's that house. What is it with these books on houses? This is the third time, I swear to God. With this agreement, they passed under the star, leaving the remains of the town behind them. The black fields could soon on the sight in all directions, with only a faint discoloration of winding gravel paths to guide the steps. As they made their way up the hill, a small, square, one-story house came into view. There was windows on each out-facing wall, but only one was lit in the back. They showed the pace as they reached the front door. There's only one complete step, unusually high and wide. John reached out a hand to help Jessica up. She didn't really need it, being 5 times the athlete that he was, but still seemed blind. The front door was unwelcoming, so lightless lamps almost hidden, offering no help. John looked around for a door and couldn't find one, so he knocked. There was no sound moving from the inside. Jackson leaned to his side, trying to see through the windows. John raised his hand to try again when the door creaked open. A tall, dark-haired woman peered out, staring at the coverby. And Jen? I was for some reason expected Henry, but Jen is good enough. John asked meekly, stepping back instinctively before he could stop himself. Excited, but standing face to face, he knows. Still, as they come to this house of wonder, Jen tilted her head, her dark eyes fixing on her. I'm someone's aunt, yes, she said dryly, but I don't believe I'm yours. She stayed where she was, one hand on the door frame and the other not. She was blocking the entry as though forced the way in. I'm a friend of Charlie's, John said, and got her expressive. realizing she had just spoken. Jessica usually jumped on the social director, but she was leaving this to him. Looking back nervously as though she expected someone was creeping through the dark. John glanced back at her, and she gave her a little encouraging nod to go on. I'm here because I got a message, he said. She reached faintly, and John took off his backpack and took Theodore out. Jessica reached forward to take the empty glass. They held the rabbit head up. Jen showed no surprise, only carrying a website. Hello, Theodore, she said calmly. You seem better days, haven't you? John started reflectively. Then honored his features. Shining star silver wheat, John said. But John didn't react. Let's say this is a strange place you call home, he said. Before he went, though he wanted to say, yours the explanation. A message. She looked at Theodore's head. Then looked accusingly over her shoulder. All that was visible behind her was a dark hallway. Did you want us to come here? I don't understand, John pressed. Why don't you come inside? John said. Stepping back, then closing the door. As soon as they were inside, the house was sparse. The furniture was dark and plain, and there was little of it. The walls were thick, layered wallpapers, which were featured designs from decades past, but there was nothing hanging on them. Though John saw nail holes and marks where decorations had once been, Jen ushered them through a living room, only 2 chairs and an end table, into a small room, almost entirely filled by a glare-stained dinner table. There were 4 matching chairs, and John pulled out the one closest to the door, and then sat down. Please, she said, gesturing the other chair. John and Jackson made their way around the table to face it, as she stood in the middle of this. Oh, this is where Charlie grew up? Jackson asked awkwardly as he sat down. Yeah. So you moved here recently? John asked surprisingly. Usually would be someone like this house by choice. How is Charlie? Jen said so. Does he know about the message as well? Jen made this quick glance at the window behind her, then focused back on John. No, John said plainly. Jen nodded. She was still staring in space, and he had a sudden profound impression that she could. There was something in the room that only she could see. We want to help Charlie. Is there anything that's going on you need to know about? Oh wait, that's Dexter. Yeah. We want to help Charlie. Is there anything that's going that we need to know about? Dexter asked, and Jen snapped to attention. Charlie's my concern. He's my responsibility. Jen spoke with an air of self-assurance. Something in it must suck as she straightened and lifted a chair and the master Jen's box. Charlie's our friend. She's our concern too, Jack said. There was silence, and John fixed his eyes back and forth between the 2 women. Waiting. A long moment passed. They were staring at John, the molder, and John realized he was holding his breath. Jen, he said, plunging in. A friend gave us pictures. Someone's been taking us, Charlie, and us. He zipped his backpack, and he noticed Daft Jackson Jen out the stairs. He pulled the pictures Craig had given them out the envelope, leaving the film. I placed them in front of Jen at the table. If you want to read responsibility for Charlie, look at these and tell them me if they mean anything to you. She began rolling through the stack, Billy and Teddy at each fold, putting each aside, making a second neat discard. Why don't you ask your detective cards what they mean? She asked. Because last night our detective friend was nearly murdered, John said. Jen didn't respond, and continued her methodical path through the folk pictures. When she had gone through all the pictures, she looked at John. Her expression softened slightly. I still seemed she had given way to something else, a discomfort. Is this all? She asked. Is there anything else? She cleared her throat. He said something before he lost confidence. And what was that? John looked at Jackson, then back to Jen. Has to have a range. Has to have a maximum range. He looked at her steadily, but she shows no sign of recognition. I don't know what it means, she said. She put her chin in her hand, staring down again at the first picture in the stack, then shook her head. I know you mean well. She leaned back in the wooden chair, looking from John to Jessica and back again. I should tell you to go away. To forget her. All these years, she trailed off. They gave a so secrets petrify you. You harden yourself against the world to keep them safe. And the longer you keep them, the harder that you become. Then one day, you look in the mirror and you realize you turned yourself. She's not sorry. I'm sorry. You're not going to tell us anything? We're here to help. We're Charlie's friend, Jackson insisted. If I didn't plan on telling you anything, I wouldn't have anything to be sorry about. Jen said, her mouth almost forming a smile. John got the photos to put back in his mouth. If you have something to tell us, do it now or waiting. I may not know much, but I know that girl is in charge. She always kind of he waited for what's not unlucky. She isn't herself, added, showing more desperate than before. Jen looked up at her. Her rigid face was broken. Tears were in her eyes. A knock came out from the front door, and even Jen stopped. She looked at the door, then back to John Jackson. Her face was grey. That way! His voice very bubblish, pointing down the hallway. Close the door behind you. What the? Well, that's happened! Next time, tasting goods, I guess.